In today's video we're going to look at a really cool 3-string bend, and this is a riff from a guy, an amazing guitarist called Jerry Donahue, who played with, amongst other people, Fairport Convention and the Hellecasters. And I remember watching a video about this years and years ago, and I'm considering buying, I'm going to buy a pedal steel guitar myself, and I remembered him talking about trying to work out how to do pedal steel sounding bends on a standard electric guitar. And this is the one that I remembered. Couldn't find the video, I couldn't even remember the guitarist's name, it was that long ago, but I did a bit of Googling and eventually came up with it, and even he actually has a video himself. I think the video I saw was actually Mark Knopfler talking about him being an influence and saying that he'd learned this bend from Jerry Donahue. So anyway, it goes like this. So quite a tricky one, but it happens kind of by accident, according to Jerry Donahue, that he was bending a G string. Normally if you're bending a G string, you're using your third finger and you tend to bend it up the way because it's a lot easier. But there are times where you want to use your index finger to do a bend, and it is, I certainly agree with him, much easier to bend down towards your feet, in other words, to do those bends. And when he was doing that, he accidentally caught the B string when he was returning the G string that he'd bent, and took the B string with it, according to him. And so you have this. So you're bending the G and the B string together. And he thought, if I combine that with bending that string up a semitone, all of these strings are being bent a semitone. And this is in the key of E, using these positions. So we're on the 6th fret on the D string and the 4th fret on the G and B strings. So that's a major sounding kind of pedal steel bend in the key of E. But if you played it in the key of A in the same positions, you get a kind of bluesy minor sound. You actually get a sort of part of an A minor chord. So really nice. So once again, see if I can zoom this in a little bit in the video. But so we're going to start by bending G string, 4th fret, and we're going to bend that a semitone and catch the B string, and then take the two of those back and bend them up a semitone. So, and then we're going to, before we do that, take our D string, 6th fret, and go a semitone there, and then follow that with what we've just done with the G and B, if you can follow that. And with them all still sounding, you get this really nice pedal steel kind of drift into a chord. So it's a really nice one if you can pull it off. You'll have to use your imagination and creativity, and that is one of the things I really liked about, I remembered from that video. It kind of, one of the things that inspired me to do this channel, well, to call it the Creative Guitar Lounge, because Jerry Donahue was talking about, well, he got this from just experimenting and trying to sound like a pedal steel guitar on his Telecaster. But he was saying an awful lot of guitarists would try and completely imitate a favourite guitarist of theirs. And he mentioned, I think, Eddie Van Halen. So you would learn everything he does, all the tapping stuff, or, you know, Steve Vai or Chet Atkins, whoever it may be. A lot of guitarists spend a lot of time working out exactly what these guys are doing and kind of mimicking them, although they'll never be as good as them, really, and they'll never sound exactly the same. So rather than doing that, and this is my kind of ethos to this channel as well, you take little bits from that you really like, take something from here and something from there, like a magpie, and you get this kind of thing that you can just incorporate and build into a style that's uniquely yours. And if you look up Jerry Donahue and listen to any of his stuff, I think you'll find that that's exactly what he did. So I hope you found this useful. If you do, you know, play with it, see what you can do with it yourself, try other things, but this idea of catching a string in particular and bending two together and then taking them somewhere else, I really like, and is quite a flexible idea, I think. So if that's been useful to you, please let me know, leave me a comment, like the video, and please, it really helps me if you subscribe to this channel if you do like what I'm doing here. I'll see you in another video. Cheers for now.